So Dragonflight is announced, but we don't know the final boss of the expansion. However, this random person leaked pretty much everything about a few days before the official announcement, and seeing that the dust has settled down, he was 100% right about literally everything: the new race, the class, the zones, the name, pretty much 100% spot on. However, he also confirmed that the villain will be Murozond, that Blizzard of course can't tell us about now because, you know, that would spoil the entire expansion. However, could this be possible? Is the final boss of Dragonflight Murozond? After all, the Infinite Dragonflight did bad things to prevent an even worse fate, which might be exactly what the jailer predicted at the end of Shadowlands. This what is to come. So what could this future be? Are you looking for cheap software like Windows 11 for the best price on the market? Well, Royal City Keys is your best option. Other than software, you can find a bunch of games at amazing prices, and if you use my code DORON, you will get an additional 10% off. So if you want to support the channel and get something for yourself, check out my link in the description or the QR code on the screen. As you are aware, Dragonflight was announced as a mysterious type expansion without any clear villain, big bad guy that we know right at the start. In fact, they purposefully promoted this as an expansion that will be all about exploring a new continent, sending a peaceful expedition, helping dragons, and just learning about history. However, at the same time, they confirmed that there will in fact be a big villain at the end of the expansion, but just like Mists of Pandaria, for example, this will be something that we will learn about as the expansion progresses. Now, let's get straight into the meat of the matter, as there has been this leak, and let's be real, almost all leaks get proven to be completely fake, and at this point I've covered about a dozen of them, but there has been this one on 4chan that might just be the most legit leak of all time, and it is almost certainly from someone either from the WoW team or someone that has some type of actual insider information, without a doubt. As you may be aware, the expansion itself was announced on the 19th of April, but this person leaked this 3 days prior, and he pretty much hit everything right. Of course, people previously leaked the Dragonflight name few months earlier, and realistically, with all the dragon info that we had previously, the evidence, without a doubt, it was possible that this was just sheer luck, and that proved to be right because everything else from the leak was just completely wrong. But this guy hit like 8 out of 10 things overall, and we don't even know if these other 2 things are actually not legit. He said that the name will be Dragonflight, he said that the new race will be Dragtier, and that the new class will be Invoker. Now, he missed the name, but it is close enough. He typed Invoker as opposed to Evoker. However, in my opinion, this is without a doubt an actual leak, because Dragonflight is an easy name to guess. I mean, we have Dragonflights, but no way he could have caught the spelling and the name Dragtier and Evokers, as these are completely new concepts in the Warcraft universe without any prior history or any hints, something Blizzard just came up with. To make this even more legit, he pretty much hit everything else: Dragon Isles as a continent and 5 new zones. This bit, I gotta say, this can be luck, as we knew about the Dragon Isles, but he also hit the talent being revamped and Vratian and Alexstrasza being one of the main characters. Now, there are only a few things he didn't get right, and those might just be features that Blizzard is, you know, purposefully hiding, as they want to raise the hype and they also don't want to spoil the entire expansion. He said that the release date may be Q1 of 2023, and with some hints at Dragonflight Alpha, this might actually be legit, as there really has been a really long drought with Shadowlands. He also talked about an allied race that I will cover in a different video, and he talked about Vratian being important, which Blizzard did confirm, but most importantly, and the topic of this video, is that the villain of the expansion, the main one, will be Murozond. This is 100% possible that Blizzard doesn't want to talk about it, as it would spoil it, but I gotta say, this could seriously be legit. There is no way this random person could have guessed like 8 out of 10 things 3 days prior to the official announcement. Sure, he could guess 5 zones, Dragon Isles, or the Dragonflight name, but the new race and the other things are pretty much next to impossible. So let us explore the possibility: how could Murozond be the ultimate villain of the expansion? Who even is Murozond, and how would that work out in the end? I gotta say, at first I thought, damn, that would actually be pretty boring, but when I looked a bit into it, I realized that this could actually turn out to be super interesting. Even for those that follow the lore, Murozond and the Infinite Dragonflight are super confusing. I'd say even for Blizzard writers, they're confusing, as they never really set anything in stone with them. But let me just lay down for you the info that we have in the simplest of terms. Blizzard has been playing with the alternate timelines pretty much since forever. The Caverns of Time, and one time they went with an entire expansion with this team, which was Worlds of Draenor, which amounted to pretty much nothing and a bunch of confusion. However, it has been a concept in the Warcraft universe for a long time, a really long time. Essentially, alternate timelines exist where things happen on their own. We have seen one of these in alternate Draenor where the orcs didn't drink the blood, but instead they built their own iron horde with the interference from our own timeline. So while they're separate, they can be altered from different ones. Well, the Bronze Dragonflight is in charge of protecting the timeline, and there is a corrupted version of them called the Infinite Dragonflight. Now, these are the black, weird-looking dragons that you must have seen a dozen times by now at least. One time, the leader of the Bronze Dragonflight, Nosdormu, was trapped, and a corrupted, alternate version of him was their leader called Murozond, and this dude literally just tried to erase Thrall from existence so that he could not do the entire Dragon Demon Soul thing that he did back in Cataclysm. From what we have known, they have served the old gods and attempted to bring their own destructed reality to our planet, but at the same time, it was the case of this. They were doing bad things and bringing destruction, but only to save us from an even bigger destruction that is yet to come. Now, does that ring a bell? Do the puzzle pieces fall into the place with this one? You know who did the exact same thing? That random jailer guy from the Shadowlands that left us with the biggest cliffhanger in gaming history. He also told us about this big what is to come, and what if Nosdormu or Murozond was aware of this as well, and he became evil in order to do the exact same thing, just in a different way? Now, of course, we have no idea what this thing is, so that kinda cuts down our speculation by quite a bit, but this could lead to some seriously interesting outcomes in the new expansion. As you are aware, we are going into the heart of the dragon civilization, and we will learn all about the aspects and the dragonflights, and Blizzard actually told us that we will learn about the Bronze Dragonflight and Nosdormu will be relevant. Now, the entire land itself is mysterious, and we know that it will be influenced of the past present there, such as us playing as the creations of Deathwing, the Draktyr that were locked away ages ago, and also dealing with the ancient followers of Galakron. So, my opinion here is that we might be dealing with Murozond and alternate timelines just on steroids in Dragonfight, and the ultimate boss fight might be leading us into the past. I previously made a video saying that Galakron may be relevant, but I couldn't really connect it because he has been dead since pretty much forever, and we are definitely not going into Northrend. They're not revamping the entire continent, but we know he was corrupted by mysterious energy and he was a massive threat to Azeroth. Well, what if the Infinite Dragonflight and Murozond lead us into the prime of Galakron and they prevent his defeat and the creation of the dragon aspects? This way the bones don't actually have to be resurrected and we might see this massive dragon for the first time. Or what if they succeed and they manage to resurrect him with the alternate timeline and then bring him into our own reality? Now, if done right, these could be some seriously interesting scenarios. Previously, I was always thinking how the jailer left us with this massive cliffhanger about this universe-ending threat, and now we are going to learn about some random dragons, so how is this going to add up? But seriously, these things could tie in, although definitely a few patches down the new expansion, and we might finally make sense out of the entire mess that was the Shadowlands story. On top of all this, these scenarios could definitely align with that leak that, honestly, I gotta say, it seriously seems legit. So, while Murozond is not the most interesting of villains, there is definitely a lot of potential there to make something really good with past characters such as Galakron. Thank you for watching. Check out how Anthony will never be king again by clicking on the screen, and check out the Academy for videos on real world history. See you next time.